Hello, Dr. Kim Brown here. Just checking in with you at the end of a bit of a long week. Had lots of things going on, planning lots of programs. Just can't wait to share all those with you. But right at the moment, I just want to touch base with a particular topic that's quite dear to me, and it's something we see in the allied health profession quite regularly, and that's patients that have come into us after visiting lots of different other professionals and, effectively needing our care almost like a last resort. What I mean by that, it's kind of difficult to explain sometimes, but the last patient I saw, just his story has upset me in a way. He is only in his 40s, and after a routine blood test that he needed for a work physical, was sent along to a kidney specialist because they found high protein in the urine, and that's obviously something that needs to be checked out. And the kidney specialist, put him on 4 months of chemotherapy with no diagnosis, with no explanation other than we think you've got an autoimmune disease, no attempt at a second opinion or other tests, no referral to an oncologist, who is the type of person who should be doing chemotherapy. And this poor man has been through hell and back, like 4 months of chemotherapy for something we don't know if you've actually got anything, but hey, let's give this a whirl. I'm blown away that you would go to the highest dose extreme version of therapy of any description just because we think you might have something. And forgive me for being a little bit stuttery, but if you're not sure what you're looking for, why on earth would you treat something that you're not sure? So we'll just give chemo a whirl. I got you for real. I feel so sorry for this man because he trusted the medical profession, and it happens in a lot of professions, I get that, but he trusted the medical profession to do the right thing by him, and he got let down. And this is something I really, defend against. Just the fact that the medical profession, and us included, don't get it right all the time. And the reality is, if you're not 100% sure what it is, send them somewhere for another opinion. And then if the second kidney specialist says, yes, this is the right course of action, and then perhaps the third kidney specialist says, this is the right course of action, then put the man through chemotherapy. But don't just jump into chemotherapy because it feels like a good idea at the time. So as a result of this, he was also put on prednisolone, and if you've ever had that, it's a high dose steroid. He has put on 35 kilos in 4 months. Now, forgive me if I could be a little bit, grumpy here, but giving a man a medication that is firstly toxic to his body, secondly puts on 35 kilos, don't you think that's the reason he's a little unwell at the moment? And then you go back and check his kidney function or his, urine tests, and you find that protein is still in the urine. So, oops, we did 4 months of chemotherapy, yet we achieved nothing. We've added 35 kilos to this man's frame, which is why he's getting, knee and back pain. But we haven't solved the problem here because we never looked for a second solution. Anyway, I need to get past my grumpiness on this one because this is just how it is. But my message to you guys is, if you don't quite understand what the diagnosis is that you've been given, or you think it might be a little bit off, get a second opinion straight out. It's your health and you are entitled to a second opinion. You may have a doctor that you've been seeing forever. That's cool. But there is absolutely nothing wrong with going to another doctor, another specialist, and just getting another opinion. If they're all of the same opinion that you need to go through something as drastic as chemotherapy, by all means. then that's the right course of action for you. And I'm certainly not saying don't do any of the courses of action suggested. I am suggesting getting another opinion before you head down that path, because you may save yourself 4 months of useless chemotherapy and 4 months of really high toxic, potent prednisolone that puts on tons of weight. So I'm normally a very positive person, but that really just got up my nose. So please, people, check out the alternatives. Have a look at the other options before you dive in. Obviously, acute injuries or emergency issues, not talking about that at all. But when you've been told there's one finding in your blood test, go check out what that means with more than one person. I'm checking out before I get even more grumpy, so I hope you've had a good week. I've had a great week up until this poor last patient that I just saw. So I will check in with you next week with a better attitude, because I'm grumpy now. But this is something I'm really passionate about. I really believe that people need to take hold of their own health and own it. Certainly seek the medical advice, absolutely. But if doesn't sit well with you, go get another opinion. So checking out for now, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.